Okay, well, welcome to Engineering 1300 Introduction to Computer-Aided Design, where we'll be teaching you the basics of using AutoCAD, two-dimensional design, three-dimensional design, things like this. This class we are just starting up this year to try to align our courses better with courses at UNL. This course has no prerequisites, and it's a good course for many students interested in going into engineering. Many engineering fields do have a requirement like this in their courses. So anyway, I'm going to show you some of the ins and outs of this course. This course will be completely online, but you can have access to me through email, or you can call if you want. Try to give me a day or two to answer, since it's going to be this will be over the Christmas break. I'll try to answer as quickly as possible and get you the best answer possible. Also, make sure that you use all the resources available to you online as well. There's so many ways that you can learn about CAD in general, AutoCAD in particular, online. So don't be afraid to use Google. Don't be afraid to use the help functions within AutoCAD itself and other places. So and on this web page that I'm going to show you soon. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and close my window here, and we're going to show you on my screen. So on Blackboard, when you go into Blackboard, you'll click on the AutoCAD page, or the introduction to CAD, which is this Engineering 1300 here, and that will take you to the front page of this course. I'm going to switch over here to student mode really quick, or something that looks a little more like student mode. It's not exactly student mode, but it's close enough. But anyway, we have 5 things here on the front page, just some basics. We have what's called BrainFuse, which is an online tutoring system, and there is help for engineering on this. I'm not sure how good their help is for AutoCAD, but you can try it out. It is free online tutoring, live with tutors from all over the place, so you can use it any time of day or night if you need help. If you can't find me right away, or if you're wanting to look for some different help, that's totally up to you. This video will be posted under this link here. The syllabus, of course, will download a copy of the course syllabus, which I will go through with you right now. This is the Computer-Aided Design Engineering 1300 over the winter term. It's an online course. It begins today and it ends on the 10th officially, but we will have a little bit of leeway, I think, with that. If we need to go a little bit longer, we can possibly and probably do that. My information for email, phone, and all of that, all right there. Best way to get to me is by email. I will check that regularly. The learning materials for this course are going to be online, free materials that you will not have to pay for beyond tuition. Tuition is the only thing you'll have to pay for this class. We'll have some online lessons, some videos to watch, some quizzes to do, things like that, all on this web page here that you can click on. We'll get to that in a second. And then you also will want to have AutoCAD on your computer. So you will need a computer also. If you do not have a computer, please email me and we'll see if we can do something to help out with that. We might be able to work something out. It's a vague possibility. That will be a little bit challenging, but we'll see what we can do if you do not have a computer. The reason this class is delivered completely online is because the college requires that courses that go over the Christmas break be delivered completely online, because our campus is technically closed for a fair amount of that time. So the course requirements for this, we'll have essentially 4 things that we do. Lessons and activities. You'll go through some lessons, and while you're going through those lessons, you will actually create a video of your screen so that I can see what you're doing on your computer during those lessons. I want you to work along with the lessons, work along with the videos, do all the activities, so that you can get as much hands-on experience as you can. This says that it will be uploaded in Canvas, but we're actually going to use Blackboard because I'm having some technical difficulties with Canvas. And then at the end of each lesson, there will be a quiz. Now, each lesson is designed to I don't know exactly how long they're designed to take actually, but just from my own view of them and going through them is probably about 30 minutes to an hour at the top end. Hopefully not too much longer than that for each lesson. And there are quite a few of the lessons. There are about 50 lessons, and so you might want to get a couple of them done a day. Since this is a 1 month course that's supposed to be 3 credits, that's pretty standard to have a couple, 2 or 3 hours a day of work to do, because it's a very, very quick class. Like I said, we will have a little bit of leeway towards the end of the class to try to get things done if we need to, but we may be able to stretch that out a little bit. But so at each lesson we'll have a quiz of a few questions, but there are 4 levels. There are lessons within each level, and at the end of each level there will also be a quiz that is comprehensive, and those quizzes are a bit longer. And so at the end of each of your lesson quizzes, you will take a picture of your score for that quiz, and at the end of each level. Now, if you don't do as well as you want to on these quizzes, you can take them again and again and again, as long as you upload that screenshot of your quiz score at the end, your best quiz score. Level quizzes the same way. They are longer, but you can take them however many times you want to try to get them right. So those are kind of the day-to-day things. You're going to be doing the lessons, recording the lessons, uploading those videos. You'll be doing your quizzes, taking a picture of your score, uploading those scores, doing your level quizzes at the end of each of the 4 levels, and uploading the score. Now at the very end, you will have a final project that consists of the following, using the skills that you've learned in AutoCAD, which is you're going to choose one of the rooms in your home, and you're going to take a picture of it, because you have to upload a picture of the room. That's because I want to be able to see how well you've done at recreating this room, and then I want you to create a 3-dimensional model of this room in your house using AutoCAD, and you'll do this to scale. You'll include as much detail as you possibly can, including materials and colors, and also furnishings. All the major furnishings in there should be in there. Implements like lighting and other things like that should also be included. And you will be doing as much as you possibly can to make this model as realistic as possible. That will have the grading of that will be dependent on how I compare your model to your photograph. And then you'll upload all the relevant files for this project, including the photograph, into Blackboard in the end. The grading and evaluation for this class will be 10% on your quizzes for each lesson, 25% for your participation in the lessons and activities, and then 30% on the quizzes for each level, so each of the 4 levels. Final project will be worth 25%, and in professionalism will be worth 10%. And professionalism is something that I put in all of my classes, so that we can make sure that we treat each other professionally, that our communications are professional, and all of that. Students that I've had very few students that I've had to take points from in this. Most students have behaved fairly professionally with me over the years, but please do try to treat each other and myself with professionalism. I'll try to do the same. The grading scale for the grades are kind of the standard for this college, and they are over here for your information. Then all the stuff that the lawyers make you do, the chain of resolution. Have any questions or concerns about the course, you can come and talk to me, but if you don't want to, you're more than welcome to contact my division chair. Academic honesty, Mid-Plains has a policy about cheating, of course. Students with disabilities, if you have a need for a special need of any kind that we need to address, please contact our people in these offices. Chris Turner's on my campus here, but we have others on other campuses as well. And then all these other things. So if you have any questions involving the syllabus, please call me, contact me as soon as possible, or whenever you have your question, I suppose, and we can talk about that. So that's the syllabus. This announcements section, we will have announcements for the class. If I need to contact all of you for anything, that's where they will post, and they should also show up in your campus email. Make sure that you check that campus email regularly. And then here is where you are going to start the course on this website here called it's a Learn AutoCAD website. Now, you must be aware from the outset here is that I've set up this website, and it's been a long time since I've really dealt with website setting up. So there probably are some links in here that don't work all that well sometimes. If links aren't working well, backtrack, send me an email, and I'll try to fix it. But like, for example, if you go here to tutorials and then you go like to level 1, it seems to work. But if I go back to home from here, it doesn't always work. I'm still trying to figure out how to fix that. I know where it is, and I just got to fix it. It's just a lot of code that I have to mess with. But you can always push the back button to get where you want to go as well. But anyway, in this website, you have your home page, and you have you have a little link here where you can download a free version of AutoCAD, which is useful. You can download that free version, and you can also just get a 30-day trial if you want to. But you want to download that to do your lessons with and to do all of your participation with. And then we have video tutorials. We have the quizzes. We also have tutorials for all the versions of AutoCAD. I would go ahead and learn the newest version. This website is not designed for the newest version, but it's close enough that it should work okay with the newest version of AutoCAD. I have not found any problems with it so far, but I'll work through these things as much as I can. Try to keep ahead and see if there are any serious problems that we need to address and keep you apprised of them. Like I said, this is the first time I've taught this class here at this school. I've taught similar classes, but we're doing this a little bit differently. So anyway, if you go down to tutorials, this is where your everyday kind of lessons are. With each level, we have level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4. And you go through these lessons. You just click on a lesson. It'll take you to the page for that lesson. And you will have some things to read. You'll have some diagrams and some demonstrations to go through. And at some point in each lesson, you'll have one or more videos as well. In this one, it's just one video here, kind of towards the end. This one right here, and this one's only a 2-minute video. Some of the videos are longer. It just depends on what they're trying to teach you. Here, they're just doing the very basic stuff. They usually have some AutoCAD terminology at the end and maybe some commands to learn. You don't have to learn all these things. These are things that you should be aware of, at least at the very least. It might be a good idea to remember where these are, or maybe make a document of all of these things. But you also have to realize that within AutoCAD there are many ways that you can get help. There's an entire help system within AutoCAD. You can right-click on things to figure out things in AutoCAD. Lots of things. Don't ever worry about breaking AutoCAD on your computer. Just try things out. See what works. That's probably the 90% of what you'll learn in AutoCAD is mostly just from working through it and trying things out and seeing what happens. That's almost always the case with programming of any kind, and particularly a very visual type of programming like AutoCAD. And then the lesson quizzes are at the bottom of each lesson here. So this is the lesson 1 quiz. You go ahead and answer a question, and then you go on to the next question, and so on. See, if I click here and I get it wrong, it takes me to the next question, and so on and so forth. So, and at the end of it, it'll tell you a score. Let's go ahead and finish this up here. So it told me a score at the lesson 1 quiz. I got 2 out of 5, and this is the thing that you'll take a picture of in the end. In addition to taking a video of all the things that you do while you're going through the lesson. While you're going through the lesson, there will be videos. While you're watching a video here, I want you to follow along and do what they do in the video.
Hi there, welcome to mycadsite.com.
So you'll open up your AutoCAD and you'll do everything that they do. And up in here, you'll have other things that they do. You'll have these keystrokes and workspaces. They're going through just some basic stuff in this lesson. But I want you to go through and actually open AutoCAD and do these things and record yourself doing them, so I can see that you've participated and you've tried to learn as much as you can through the tutorials. And your grade on those tutorials will depend on how much participation that you actually do. If you're going through and doing, most if not all of these things, you'll get, most or all the points. If you're just kind of going through and just blowing through it and not doing much at all, fewer points will probably be awarded. So a good way to start off at the top here is to look at the topics covered in this lesson. They got six topics here. So make sure that you touch on all those topics in some of the activities, videos, and participate in those. Of course, there are multiple lessons. This is one of kind of the medium size levels. Level 1 is got 13 lessons in it. There are others that have more, and I think there's one other that also has less. We only have 4 levels, but they go through those, and you can make your videos and do your quizzes, and then do your final quiz with each level. So at the end of each level, you will go to the final quiz for the level, and you go down here to quizzes, and you'll see here that this is the level 1 quiz. Now they've got a bunch of review things. These are all the review sections. You don't have to go through these again. And these are just other quizzes. This is where the quiz starts at the bottom, and you go through here, and there's 46 questions on this quiz. And you'll go through and answer these questions. And many, if not all, of these questions you will have seen before on previous quizzes. But I want you to go through them and see what you can remember, see what you can learn, and you can do it multiple times if you need to. Okay, so let's see, what else do we need to look at? The video section shows you all the videos from the different lessons throughout, and that's just a quick way to jump to a video if you don't want to go through the lesson to find the video. You want to remember, for example, how to select objects in an AutoCAD. In AutoCAD, you just go ahead to lesson 1-5 and go down there. Or if you want to remember working with text in AutoCAD, you go down to lesson 2-6 and hit that video really quick and watch it again. Very useful reference here, the videos link. So that is the basic idea here behind what you'll be doing on this website. And like I said, this website is not entirely functional. Some of the things on it don't work quite right, and especially some of the links. So just be aware of that. If you have a link that you find that's not working, go ahead and send me an email, and I'll try to work on that as much as I can. But I hope that you can try to get, like I said, there's something like 50 videos. I hope that you can try to get 2 or 3 of these done each day. And I realize that some days you're not going to want to do videos. Like on Christmas Day, maybe you're not going to want to do videos. So maybe try to hit 3 videos before Christmas every day, and 3 videos after Christmas for a couple of days. And then you don't have to worry about catching up. We have 30 days approximately in this class. So if you can hit 2 to 3 a day, and on days where you really don't feel like doing anything, maybe just hit 1, try to hit 1. You should be just fine. You should have plenty of time to finish your project at the end. If you can get this class completely hammered out in 25 days or so, then you'll have almost a week to finish up the final project and be done with this class. Please feel free to call me and contact me with any questions that you might have. I'm more than happy to help out. I'm more than happy to give advice, I'm more than happy to help with problems you may encounter using AutoCAD, snags, things that you don't understand, whatever else. You should know that I am by no means a professional AutoCAD person. I have used AutoCAD before, and I've used other programs very similar to AutoCAD before, some of them extensively. But just bear with me. I will do all that I can to help you out, and sometimes that will mean that I know exactly what needs to be done. Sometimes that means I may have to take a little time to research the problem you've come up against, because maybe I've never encountered that problem myself. But we will get through it, and together we'll get you some credit that you can take with you to the university and take with you into the real world as you seek out a degree in engineering or some other related field. So it's been a pleasure talking with you. I hope that you enjoy this course. I hope that you learn everything that you want to learn, and I will keep tabs on what you're doing. Have a good time.